Hello guys, welcome to another video. If you've noticed, I've been doing like audio walks, and yeah, it's something that also interests me, and I wanted to bring you guys my own voice and my own interpretation of these words that are written by our great authors. And so if you've seen all this in my channel, yeah, I'm trying to know how to arrange the whole thing. And yes, I finally found it, so I just made another channel. The name of the channel is OCE Audiobook. So guys, subscribe to this channel if you're a lover of audiobooks, just to listen while you're doing a lot of things. Like I personally, I fell asleep listening to this audiobook, so let's get into it. Subscribe, support me any way you can, help me to share this so you can reach out to more people. That's what we've been doing. So guys, I'm back and full. Got lots of information from so many angles, from so many resources, and I'm going to be pouring it out for you guys. Yeah, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about what you need to know about bicycle riding in Germany. Yeah, bicycle is something that a lot of people find it very attractive these days, especially for internationals and expats living in Germany. If you want to transport yourself from one place to another, maybe it's just 1 kilometer distance, you must not enter the bus and you must not trek, so you can as well with your bicycle get onto it and enjoy your time and get to your destination. So what are the things you need to know? Yeah, I know bicycle gives a lot of people kind of freedom to move out, to move anytime they want. Yeah, it's not just about moving, it's also fun when you go to bicycle tours. Like I've been to bicycle tours from company organized bicycle tours, Gemeinde, like the church organized bicycle tours. I've also gone on tours with my friends, we're just getting to maybe a new city and then we just ride bicycles. So it's been fun, and today you see a lot of different types of bicycle, and that's what we want to talk about. What are the types of bicycle you're going to be seeing in Germany, or you've seen in Germany? There are lots of bicycles that you can see. The basic ones we see around is the mountain bicycle. The mountain bicycle is very common, because of the tire, it has more grips and it has better suspension, and it's also fast. Yeah, you also have the sports bicycle that we can see, not so much, but people are beginning to use it because of speed. But then the thing with it is that the traction between the tire and the road, because it's basically designed for sports people, and they also have a special track for it, but using it on the street, yeah, it's your choice. And then we have the electric bike. Yeah, electric bike is very common these days. It makes it easy, especially when riding up the mountain, on a hill. Like I remember where I used to live before, I was wishing I had bicycles, like electric bicycle. I really had to do a lot of work, especially going to work and then coming back in the evening, and you are so tired and you're riding, you need all the strength to climb the hill. Yeah, and then we have another type of bicycle that is also common in Germany. It's called, personally I call it the women's bicycle, because it's generally called the women's bicycle because of the way it is designed. It has this very the connection between the front wheel and the back wheel makes it easier for women to get on top of the bicycle. And then there are also other requirements on your bicycle. You don't just get a bicycle and begin to use it. You need to make sure that your bicycle is equipped with all these accessories, and the most important of them is your light. You need to make sure that your light is working. The front light and the rear light is very important, because when you're riding in the dark, you need it. When you're riding, especially in the dawn, you also need it, because then the weather is a little bit a little bit dark, and so that those who are behind you, especially traffic, and also drivers can see you and avoid accidents. So it's very important, because if you don't, when the police sees you, they're gonna stop you. I remember being stopped. I was coming back from work very late in the night, and I was riding my bicycle. Yeah, the light was working, but I never knew that it stopped working at some time. These things happen. So I was just riding, and then I heard police passed me, and then they passed me and reversed and returned. I said, wow. So they had to stop me and tell me, oh, your light is not working. I told, oh, I didn't know that I was on all this while. Then they had to tell me, okay, just carry it, don't ride it. I had to trek with my bicycle to the house. Luckily for me, I was close by, so it wasn't a long distance. But then, yeah, make sure that your light is working. You can't just use any light on your bicycle. You can't just use your phone or use the torchlight. Make sure that it is the one approved by the Straßenverkehrsordnung. So this is what that is approved here to use on your bicycle. So what are the things that you need to have on your bicycle? The bells. The bells has to be working. Another thing you need to get for your bicycle is a lock. You need a lock for your bicycle to secure your bicycle anywhere you are. If you're going for shopping einkaufen, you should go with your lock anywhere you're going so you can park it on public places and secure it. It's very important that you secure your bikes in Germany because people do steal bikes these days. A lot of bikes are missing, a lot of bikes have missed. Mine has been stolen. These are the major things you need to have on your bicycle. Other ones like having a helmet is very compulsory for children to have helmets while riding their bicycle on the streets, but for adults it's not like the law, so to say, but it's always good for your own safety that you put on your helmet. It's not going to cost you much to get a helmet, and in case if you fall from your bike, you don't get head injury. So yeah, it's good you have it. Another thing that is optional is also the reflective vest. The reflective vest, helps the drivers on the road to see you from a far distance, and then they get to act accordingly. Okay, so now we get to the rules that you need to know when riding your bicycle, especially using your bicycle on the streets. So yeah, the first rule is that you don't drink and ride. It's just a general rule for your own safety. Even when you're driving your car, you don't drink and ride, because if there is an accident and you are involved, when the police comes, they're gonna check for alcohol content in your body, and if it is found, then it's a big case for you. So don't drink and ride. Another important part is to respect the pedestrians. Yeah, a lot of things can happen on the way, especially with pedestrians, so try to observe the pedestrians, the way they are walking, and react accordingly. So pass off. The Germans will also say pass off. Be careful about what's going on the road. Observe your environment, be at alert, and always see things ahead of you. Another thing is always overtake from the left, because on your right, pedestrians could be walking, and maybe another bicycle is also riding on the same track with you, and it's always good to overtake from the left, just like when you're driving a car. So always overtake from the left. Another thing is to signal before turning. Yeah, you do not have a trafficator on your bicycle, so we use hand to signal where we are turning to. If you're turning to your right or to your left, you use your hand and signal the direction you'll be turning to. It's also good so that those who are behind you can know where you are heading to and act accordingly. Another part of the rule is to ride on the bicycle lane. Always ride on the bicycle lane, except in places where there are no bicycle lanes. So there, as an adult, you can ride on the streets, but for children, they are allowed to ride on the sidewalk. So yeah, this you should observe and pay attention to that. Okay, there are some of the signs I would like to present to you guys so you can know what to do when you see them. The number one of them is when you see the sign Fahrradstraße. So in this place, it means that it's basically for bicycles. So it's a street for bicycles. And if you're driving a car on the street, you're not allowed to, speed more than 30 kilometers per hour. And when you see this sign, it means that you're coming to the end of the bicycle road. The sign that you also see, like in this sign, you see something like this, like a red circle with a white hyphen inside it at the middle, at the center of it, and under it you see a shape of a bicycle and it says fry. So it means that it is verboten. It is not allowed for cars to drive into the streets, but for bicycles, you can drive into the street. And then you also see another part like where you see Einbahnstraße, and then inside under it, and then under it, you see like a bicycle with arrows pointing up and down. So it means that it is only a one-way street for those who are driving cars. So if you've done your Führerschein, you should know this. And then for you as a bicycle rider, it is also free for you to ride in both directions. Like if you're going in and if you're coming out, it is allowed. And then another of the sign is when you see this bicycle sign, like you have a big circle, blue circle, and then you see a bicycle, white bicycle in the middle. So it means that this road is just only for. Another of it is this blue, big circle blue, and then you see illustration of human beings on top and then bicycle under. So it means that this is for walking and also for bicycle, but you have to pass off. You have to be careful about those who are on legs, because you really have to take care that they have priority. They are on top, so they come first before you. And then another is where you see this also the same thing, but like on a half. So you have bicycle on the left, and then you have the illustration of human beings who are walking on the right. So it means that you should maintain your left hand side while you're riding. The right hand side is for people who are walking. Another rule you need to know is parking. You don't just park your bicycle anywhere. There are places that you're not allowed to park your bicycle, especially places where you see the sign that it is for the fire. So the fire service people in this place, don't try that, because definitely you're going to pay a fine. Don't just park anywhere. Make sure that where you're parking is allowed, and it is also free for you to park. You don't pay anything for parking your bicycle anyway, but just make sure that you are free to park on this spot. Always ask questions if you don't know what to do, if you don't know what's going on. So these are the basic things you're going to be seeing on the road for bicycles, and you can always get more information on the internet. Okay guys, so that's it for me today about the things you need to know before riding bicycles in Germany. And bicycle is fun. So if you don't know how to ride bicycle, just take your time and learn how to ride it. You're going to enjoy it. And another part of it is that today we have a lot of scooters on the way. These are electric scooters. Like you get to hire them. You also hire electric bicycles, but all these things are becoming very popular in big cities. If you already know how to ride a bicycle, you can also do that with a scooter. The scooter is just all about finding a balance, and then with your hand you get to control the movement. So guys, that is it from my side today. See you another time. Bye bye.